So today we're going to be taking a look at another Black Series 6-inch action figure, and this is the Walmart exclusive Arc Trooper as it's said on the package, but we all know this is supposed to be based off Captain Fordo from his appearance in the Tartakovsky Clone Wars series from back around 2003. And I really like this action figure, I'll admit. I know there's a lot of problems with it, and a lot of fans are very disappointed by this. It's totally not an accurate action figure at all. It's just utilizing the newer Arc Trooper mold that is used for Echo and the Umbra Operative clone that's also reviewed on my channel. Hasbro took a lazy route on this one and just did reuse that tooling, and I don't really think there's anything much new about this action figure other than maybe the helmet. And we'll talk more about it here in a minute, but first I'll give you a look at the package, which I'm very excited about this package actually. So this is utilizing the packages that we saw back around 2003, 2004, promoting the Tartakovsky series. At the time I never really collected any of these action figures, and but I do recall seeing these at the store a lot, especially like Dirge, and I know for this package they used a lot of realistic interpretations for many of the Clone Wars action figures, so it's a lot of nostalgia that I think it's been about 18 years now at this point, and to be able to see this package re-released again. So like I said, they just call it Arc Trooper. We all know this is supposed to be Captain Fordo. Very nice image of him there. And I did cut the bubble out here. It's a shame that I got this off eBay actually, so unfortunately the package was a little crushed when I got it. So it's not a very mint card. Wish Hasbro didn't include that 50th Lucasfilm logo up there. So the Clone Wars on the side there. Kind of interesting, this got released. This really hasn't been on Walmart's website at all since March when these were supposed to be released originally, but now we're at 51 years technically, and a lot of people still haven't been able to get this action figure, and we're almost 2 years past the timeline for these, so it shows how slow Hasbro's been in the last year or two for getting products out. Not entirely their fault, I understand, but it's just interesting to me. Nice explosion there. You can get some good images there. Description about the clones there. Nice image from the series. Like I said, it's very nice to see this packaging again. Of course, the timeline for Lucasfilm. But that's the package. And for the figure. So if you look at this, basically it's just a standard Arc Trooper Commander, kind of similar to this one here, which is how I think of it at this point. It's a really good action figure. I have no complaints about it. But if you're looking at it as a Captain Fordo, we have a long way to go to be able to get that perfected. In fact, I'll just show you the comparison between the two right now. You can see that there's a huge difference between the two. Between the armor, and the shin armor is extremely noticeable. The original Captain Fordo does not have that, but this one does. Some of the striping's a little off too, like it's a thinner red stripe there, while this one, obviously, his whole sidearm is completely painted in red. The helmet, I think they got right. The helmet looks pretty good. And obviously his extra magazines here are on his right side, but on this one, they're on his left side. Pauldron is way off too. And of course, Captain Fordo originally didn't have an ARC Trooper pack, but this one does. And then even more disappointing on top of that, they totally did not get his blasters right. Hasbro just got lazy and included the standard DC-7, the DC-17 pistols with this action figure, but obviously these aren't Captain Fordo's unique signature blasters. And on top of that, his comma is way off. He has these extra pouches on the 6-inch version, but the original or the TVC one, he does not. And obviously, if you look at the package here, he doesn't have those cartridges on his comma there. So I wish Hasbro didn't get so lazy about this release. For the longest time, we didn't even know what this action figure was going to look like. When it originally went up for pre-order on Walmart's website, we had no images, and it stayed that way for a very long time. We pretty much didn't even know what this action figure was going to look like until it actually got released or it started making its way around. And to this date, many of the Walmart pre-orders have not been fulfilled for this action figure. The other two that were released along with this was Mace Windu and General Grievous from the series, and both of those have been fairly easy to get a hold of and readily available, especially on Walmart's website. But this one has not been. Hopefully it makes its way around soon. I know some people have been sitting on this pre-order for at least over a year. But I knew, based upon a lot of people's experiences with Walmart, that it's probably best I go ahead and get this on eBay. And I went ahead and did that, and I got it for about $30. A little bit more than retail, but I don't think that's too bad for this. I don't order off of Walmart too often anyway, so no big deal. They did get his wrist gauntlet there, not too bad. A little more accurate, I think, than the TVC one. If you remember that scene from the series there where he utilizes that against Dirge during their duel. So in terms of the articulation, it's the same as what we've been getting for a lot of these. Has a very good range in his neck there, hinge at the shoulders, hinge at the elbow as well, 90 degrees, hinge at the wrist, and this one goes in and out, and this one goes up and down. Good range at his torso there, hinged hips, but it's very restricted because of his plastic comma there, swivel thigh, then hinge knees, and get a little past 90 degrees there, which is nice. And then of course the rocker ankles as well. Another interesting thing about this action figure is, I know it's going to be kind of hard to see, but he has a clone head under there, and I know it's hard to see in the video, but it's actually painted. If you might be able to see a little bit there. If you can see, he has a skin tone actually, instead of just the cast in white or cast in black like they do a lot of times for these Black Series clones recently. And he does not have a removable helmet at all. So I wonder if someone's going to take the time and try and remove his helmet and see what his head looks like. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to risk damaging the action figure, but some people are pretty crafty about it. So just an interesting feature. Kind of see that there. I think it's strange how Hasbro is, instead of just casting a helmet and then having like the ball joint go inside his helmet, they're actually doing a head, and they take the time to actually sculpt the head and everything and then put a helmet on top of it and glue it down. They've been doing that for a lot of their clones lately. He does have a movable rangefinder as well, which is very nice. Good detailing in his pack there, but again, not accurate to Captain Fordo at all. I don't think it's really removable either. Mine seems to be stuck in place. So in terms of accessories, like I said, he just includes the standard clone trooper weapons that we've been getting. He doesn't have his signature blasters, unfortunately, just the 2 DC-17s. And they both fit in his holster for most part all right. I don't have any complaints about that. They're not too loose, and you don't have to jam them in. And then the 2 DC-15s. Which is kind of strange that Hasbro would include these with Captain Fordo, because he never uses these at all in the entire series, but like the Umbra Operative Trooper, who really could use these, they did not include it. It's strange what Hasbro decides to do for these action figures every now and then. But even though this isn't what Captain Fordo uses ever, that's usually how I'm going to be displaying him. I think it looks pretty good. Maybe at some point someone will take the time and 3D print Captain Fordo's signature blasters for this action figure. That's something to probably keep an eye out on social media. I'll definitely invest into that if someone ends up doing that. But so far I haven't seen anything. But other than that, that's really all there is to say about this action figure. Would I recommend it for you? Yeah, I still would, even though he's totally inaccurate. Like I said, if you look at it from a perspective like he's just a standard ARC Trooper commander like this one, not too bad. For the most part, I actually think it's kind of accurate, other than the ammo pouches, for example. But a lot of the armor and just the overall look is very similar. But obviously, if you're looking for a definitive Captain Fordo in Black Series scale, this is not the action figure. And unfortunately, Hasbro will probably never get around to re-releasing another one, or even take the time to sculpt an entirely new one. This is probably the only chance we're going to get it. And Captain Fordo is one of my personal favorite clones, so even though he's totally inaccurate, this is one I had to have for my collection. I went out of my way to get it. So obviously, if you're a clone trooper collector or Captain Fordo is an important character to you, this is still a must-have, even though he's inaccurate. But if you're just a casual collector, or you're looking for accuracy, or maybe you're not so much of a clone trooper collector and you just pick up one here or there, this isn't one to probably stress over so much. But he's still a nice clone overall, and I'm glad to have him for my collection. So anyways, that concludes this review. I hope you enjoyed it and found some value in this review. Stay tuned for more. There's plenty more to come in the future. And if you haven't already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. And thanks for watching.